Sweet. What made you buy an NB Miata?
Well, 1.8. 1.8, bro. Like the pop-ups, they're dope, but it's the 1.8, honestly.
This is your first time coming up by yourself, right?
First time coming up. I've been up in my other personal vehicle before, but it's first time in the Miata driving.
And you've been along with ride-alongs, right?
Yeah, I've been on a couple ride-alongs. Like
I've taken you a few times. So.
Yeah, a handful of times.
So yeah, what made you want to do Touge? In your own personal opinion, like what was it about driving the mountain pass that was more interesting to you?
Well, driving in a straight line's gay.
yeah, drag is pretty gay.
Yeah, so I don't know, bro. Like, I've never seen like everyone's like, oh, Fast and Furious, like Initial D, like Tokyo Drift, that type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, kind of as like the Touge inspiration, but I've never seen those. Honestly, I would say a big reason why I wanted to get a cornering car is because, first of all, you have a cornering car. And, like, you kind of birthed me into Touge and like what Touge is, because like, you know, we talked about it before we ever went out, and then I like, you know, you get on YouTube and you look and it's like all drifting.
Yeah.
You know, like sure, it's like it's drifting on a mountain, which in Touge, like, you know, you can like power slide and stuff and even drift, but that's not really.
Yeah, it's grip racing.
We're going for grip, bro. And so, like, you actually showing me what it was, like the difference. I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to drift a car. I want to
be fast.
Yeah, I want to be fast, bro.
Yeah,
I want to be fast.
Yeah, no, I get you. So first impressions of the Miata, your first drive up, did it handle well? You know, was there anything that you were like already like, fuck, you know?
So I drove a Corolla in high school.
Okay.
And it was beat to shit. It didn't have third. So, and that was the only other manual car I've ever driven was that Corolla. So basically, today up the mountain, third gear was tough.
Yeah.
Because I kept wanting to go from second to fourth. And
that's important.
Yeah, I didn't, because like really on this mountain, like I'm not even really using fourth very much. Like,
yeah, it's for the like short straights that we have.
Yeah, there's maybe like 2 or 3 times where fourth was like
necessity.
Yeah, where like fourth would have actually made sense. So, you know, it's second and third basically the whole way up, and even first on a couple spots, which I took in second.
Yeah, dude, some of the uphill still gets me like that, especially around the hairpins, where I'm like, is this a first hairpin or a second gear hairpin? But it just comes with driver time, you know. Is there anything you want to do to your car already? Like, is it already just, or do you want to learn it to its fullest stock potential? Because you got a very stock NB Miata. This has nothing done to it besides a speaker added. You know, like, so you can listen to music. There's nothing done to this car.
Yeah, well, yeah, dude, and even the deck is like, you know, glitchy with the wiring or whatever.
Yeah.
First thing, thinking tires, dude.
Yeah, that's a smart choice.
Like, I'm thinking tires, you know, like working from the ground up seems like the most sense. Like, obviously I want a body kit so bad, but that's
appearance, you know.
Yeah, that's just appearance.
You got to be pimping when you're driving fast, you know. You got to look good too.
Right.
But yeah. I would do tires, tires and wheels.
Tires, and like as far as under the hood, I don't know, like the difference between mine and yours, like obviously you have the LS.
Yeah.
Mine's just a base.
Yeah. I mean, I don't got too much. I got bigger fuel injectors, fucking air intake, and that's pretty much it, dude. Like there's really not much, but it's I think it's a couple more horsepower faster because it is an LS. It's like tuned differently.
Yeah, and as far as like the difference between like what I felt in your car and my car, it's not as fast. I don't know by how, like how much horsepower, but I want an air intake, dude. I think as far as under the hood goes, the first mod is gonna be an air intake. I just want to hear more.
Yeah, well, everybody shits on air intakes because you have to do a lot of work to actually get any benefit horsepower wise, but I think that they're very beneficial because you can hear your car better. And if you're doing Touge, we don't really listen to too much music when we're actually trying and like going for times and stuff. So I think a mod that helps you hear how your car's sounding and you're performing is a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm trying to, I'm really getting back into manual. I literally haven't driven a manual for 4 years.
Yeah.
It's like my 4th day back in manual in like 4 years. So, you taught me some techniques. Like there was a couple times where I was able to rev match and stuff, but it's low key hard to hear, bro.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm just guesstimating
how much RPM
my rev matches. Yeah, like as far as like when it's good to throw it in.
Yeah, and then on top of that too, like if it's on the street and you're just like driving throughout the city, a rev match, you can look at your RPMs. On Touge, you're focusing on so much more that you're not going to look at like, oh, it's exactly 500 RPM off. Like, oh, you check it there. You're looking for wildlife or spots in the road, other cars, where you are on the road. So yeah, I think an air intake might be pretty beneficial for you.
Yeah, and like realistically, how much is that gonna cost? A relatively cheap mod too to be able to hear a lot better.
I mean, like a really expensive one, you're looking at like fucking $500,
yeah.
But you can just get a decent one for a couple hundred.
Yeah, so under the hood, I'll probably do that first, bro, and then tires second.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of tread on your tires. I mean, they're not like sport, fucking low tread wear tires. They're what, like 440 tread? Like just fucking base fucking base tires that people find
daily
and put
driver
on.
tires,
yeah, daily driver tires, and they're all seasons and stuff. So I mean, that's another one. But I'd recommend just getting another pair of all seasons and learning how that handles and burn through in one full set of tires, and then you can start dipping into the lower tread wear. Because you don't want to overcompensate, like go like 200 tread wear, 300 tread wear, and have so much grip. Because it'll make you overly confident with how the car will handle.
Like before I'm confident with the car itself.
Yeah, you got to know your car itself before you start. Okay, this is going to change about it. And then you can focus on how it changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. Bro, like I said, well, I want to take it easy on the downhill because like also this is the first rear-wheel drive car I've ever driven.
Yeah, so you don't want to push it too hard.
I don't want to push it
sketch,
too
bro.
hard.
Downhill's way sketchier. Whoever like mains downhill is a fucking psycho. I main downhill.
What do you mean? That was you, dog.
Yeah, that was me.
That was you, bro.
Yeah, in a shitty fucking X90. So like, yeah, but we don't have that many good drivers here. Like the fact that you could already keep up with your ride-alongs and you kind of know like, okay, there's a shitty. I saw you brake for the shitty corner, the one that's just like fucking gravel,
like,
the first gear,
dude,
like
And I took it in first, bro, and it's still like it tried. There was some dirt on the road.
Yeah,
dude, it tried to like.
Yeah, if you don't know that corner's there, like that will fucking kill you. Like it's not a joke. Like that corner is so fucking sketchy, and like you already kind of, I want to say you know the mountain, but you have some experience. With the mountain, and like I'm glad that I was able to like help you out with that.
Hell yeah, bro. No, I think it made a huge difference, like those ride-alongs. Like imagine if I was just like got into Touge with no one to like kind of show me the ropes.
Yeah, like how it's done.
Yeah,
and, don't cross the fucking double lane. Yeah, don't cross the mustard.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't flash people. Yeah, like you want to be a little bit respectful because what we are doing at the end of the day is illegal. What we do for our entertainment and joy, a lot of other people consider it, criminal. So you got to have like a little bit level of like respect, like honor amongst thieves kind of shit,
Yeah.
Like
bro.
Don't steal from people you still with. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I got you, bro.
So.
Yeah, no. Another thing, bro, it sketched me out. It was funny. There was this white car. It low key looked like a cop dog. I don't know if it was or not. It might have been like Forest Service.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to tell, but it sketched me out, and I was like, oh, is he gonna take it easy? And then you just fucking dropped the gear and sent it, and I was like, all right, dude, let's go. I was like, I guess he thought I wasn't a cop. I trust him, so.
Yeah. It happens. I mean, definitely.
Fits the bill.
I mean, yeah. Are you excited to get to a point to where you can come out at night and see what it's all about?
Yeah, bro, if the wife lets me.
Yeah.
Nah, she'll let me, dog. Yeah, no, dude, I'm excited. I mean, it's gonna take a lot. I don't know about a lot more time, but just like a lot of consistent practice up here.
Yeah, seat time.
You know, yeah, like I was saying earlier, there's just a lot of manual skills that I don't have. Oh, what I was gonna say, shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, I noticed that like when you're taking those corners,
Yeah.
if I like accelerate hard through the corner, dude, it wants to slide out. Like if I'm like in second taking a corner hard, and I like press on the gas,
Yeah.
dude, it wants to slide. So one of the 2 times that I slid, that was the case. That was what happened, and I was like, okay, yeah, it is a cornering car, but like, I can't be a fucking idiot, you know?
Yeah, there is a limit. Yeah, you're not gonna. No car is ever gonna be completely on rails, dude. Like there is a limit to like how much you can give it. But you know, think of that as also like, you know, a tool. You know, because there's been times where I'm taking a corner and I need like a little bit more angle or like oomph to like get myself straight, and I'll power slide it. I'll like.
So you'll purposefully accelerate.
Just to like push me out a little bit more.
Yeah, I got you.
And yeah, it's been a fun time owning a Miata. I'm glad you got one.
Hell yeah, me too, bro. Yeah. Best financial decision I ever made.
Oh, that's up for debate. But...
yeah, she was a little pricey, but
it's up for debate.
Already worth it, dude.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, every car nowadays, if you want a rear-wheel drive sports car, like, it's all pricey, dude. You're not gonna find it. It's a drift tax.
Yeah.
And even though Miatas aren't really great for drifting, they're really hard to drift. Like, they're still gonna be hit with that tax. That's why I don't own an NA. It's because I'm not paying another fucking $5,000 for pop-ups on a 1.6 engine,
dude.
you know.
Yeah, bro.
And I can have a 1.8 LS. Is there anything else you wanna tell people about your first Touge experience, or like people that are trying to get into Touge now that you're dipping your toes into the water of mountain driving?
Dude, I would say go with someone. You know, like I was telling my girl.
You can say wife. It's not doxing.
All right, I was telling my wife today that like we should go. I was like, we should go up. You know, like let's go up. But she doesn't really know, you know, like what Touge really is. And like, even like when I watch videos about it and stuff, which there isn't that much content, but
yeah, it really isn't.
Like I tried to like keep the volume low, bro. Like try not to show her what's going on. Cause like, you know, it's kind of sketchy.
It is sketchy.
You know, and like she like loves me. I love her. Like she doesn't want me to die.
Yeah, that's what,
you know,
my wife also fucking says. Is that she came up with me one time and I didn't even really push it that hard. I drive the mountain very aggressive anyways. Like when I'm like casually coming up.
Yeah,
because I know the road. Like I know I drive this road at least fucking twice a week.
Yeah, you're definitely not going the speed limit even if you're cruising.
Yeah, like it's because I can handle that. Like that's just how I drive. The mountain doesn't. I mean, the mountain scares me. You always should be scared of the Touge. But I'm comfortable driving the mountain.
Yeah,
I know the road.
You know it.
And so. Yeah, I scared the fuck out of her, and she said that she'd never fucking come up with me again, ever, dude.
Yeah.
She gets scared when I come, especially at night. But you know, love for the craft. You have to fucking. I can't imagine my life without the mountain. Like it sounds corny as shit, but like this is what I do for like my fun. I don't go out drinking. I don't go out to the bars. Like I'm not a show car kind of guy. Like my fun and my entertainment comes from Touge driving, and my car breaks and I fix it to come back out and do it again.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, that's what cars are made for, bro. They weren't made to be a piece of art.
I mean, there are like certain situations, like you have a fucking Honda NSX. You know, you're not gonna fucking want to destroy that car on a Touge, but you got a fucking shitbox. A car that was like, you can buy another one eventually. You know,
like your Civic, bro. Yeah. Your Civic's not a show car, dog.
Yeah, exactly. Like. You can drive the car, And that's what I enjoy. I'm not a car guy. I'm a driving enthusiast. I enjoy how cars drive. And I think that's like a big difference between certain people. Is that some people are car guys and they like every car and respect all builds, but like fuck that, dude. Fuck respect all
man,
builds,
like,
dude.
I don't know, like, just like the Corvette. I'm not trying to dog on like anybody or
Nah,
like
I
any
am.
car
Fuck
because
that.
like you know Corvettes are cool, bro.
Yeah, they're
but
cool.
like
Yeah.
I have family.
C5s are sick.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
C5s are super
I like
sick.
I like C7s.
Yeah.
But like, dude, you can't toge that car.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't toge, and like everyone like will talk shit about the Miata, like, oh, dude, it's a four banger. Like,
Yeah, it's a fucking hairdresser
like
car.
yeah, like
Yeah, no,
I was gonna buy one for my niece so she could learn how to drive a stick, and it's like, it's not what it's about, dude.
Yeah, it's about the corners, dude. It's about loving the. It's not the fastest, but it feels like it, dude.
Yeah, just get in a car with somebody who's
A good Miata driver.
Yeah, you'll see that it is fast, like where it excels, which is on the toge.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Miata is the perfect beginner toge car. It's perfect weight distribution, has enough power for like not to be like intimidating on uphill challenges, but you can hold your own on the uphill. And downhill it just fucking flies. And great in cornering, like I really couldn't ask for more out of my car.
Especially at the price range, bro.
Yeah, especially at
like,
the price range.
You know, if you could get an Evo, it might be better.
There's a you can come up here in an STI and have an all-wheel drive
true.
car.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and like, but it really comes down to just like the driver. You know, who knows the road better. You know, you're not gonna outbuy driver's skill with your car.
Yeah, 100%. Like, dude, even like the LS. So you have the LS, right? And
Yeah.
mine's the base.
Yeah.
And there was just a couple corners where I was in third, and so I'm still getting used to driving, right? So I'm like, oh, like let me just take it in third, you know, because like I don't want to have to shift.
Yeah.
And you were taking it in second, maybe even first, and like the difference between like I would be relatively close, and then that corner, bro. By the time I make my turn and can actually see you, you're already making the next turn.
Yeah.
And I was like pretty close before that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just driving. You know, like you might have what, 20 more horse, 30 more horse.
If that, yeah, it really doesn't matter at that low of horsepower gain.
But dude, you can like lose me in 2 seconds, all because of the way that you were driving.
Yeah, it's a driver mod. You need a driver mod. You gotta be a good driver to be fast at toge. Like, you know, kids will come up here sometimes and they'll overdo it and they'll hurt themselves, and it's like, dude, learn the road first. Come up here, learn it in the day, drive casually, fucking master where everything's at, check the road out, and then maybe start pushing it a little bit here on the sides of the mountain or like the corners of the mountain that you feel more comfortable with doing.